I wanted to do a video or a series of videos on disassembling a piano. And there's a couple reasons I thought this would be an appropriate topic to cover. First of all, the subject of disposing of pianos that are no longer wanted, that can't find a home. It's a big topic, and it has been for a number of years now, but it seems to be even more relevant today than ever. As proof of this, if you look at The Piano Buyer, which is a publication by Larry Fine, who wrote the piano book. That's a book that helps people understand what to look for when they buy a used piano. In his latest edition of The Piano Buyer, you can find, I think, at least 3 articles that are dealing with what to do with pianos that are no longer wanted. So there's an article on what to do with pianos that are donated to an institution, and the institution takes on these instruments which a patron may think has a lot of value, but the university really has no need for. There's an article on how to repurpose parts of an old piano or recycle parts of an old piano. And so this really is a topic in the piano world which didn't exist when I started tuning pianos, but is now something that is an issue. But the other reason for taking apart a piano, which I have found very useful, is to learn about pianos. So if you have an old piano that you no longer that doesn't have a home, you can start your education or enhance your education as a piano technician by dissecting that piano, essentially just as doctors would dissect a corpse to learn about the anatomy. So you can take the piano apart piece by piece and really learn about how it's put together, and also get a feel for the materials, how sturdy they are, how much they can take as far as stress, and it really is a good way to become familiar with the piano, and also to get a feel for working on one, and a sense of really appreciation. You'll appreciate how well they're put together when you start trying to take one apart. So we actually have 3 pianos at this institution that I've been asked to disassemble, basically to dispose of, however is might see fit. One of the reasons, well, you might ask, which I had to ask myself again once I came up here to actually disassemble these pianos, the question, now why are we getting rid of this piano again? What's wrong with it? The piano, it's been up here in use, and I've been tuning them regularly, and they still work. All the keys, you can hear it, the tuning's not too bad. And so I had to remind myself, why are we doing this? So one of the things that might help explain it is when you think about what makes a really good piano, a good piano that you're going to spend a lot of money on, and you're going to, somebody's definitely going to want to have it in their home. Some people ask this question, what makes a good piano good? And I think most piano technicians would tell you that what makes a good piano is everything. By that they mean it's all the small things that are good about the piano put together, For example, good hammers, or good strings, or good wood in the soundboard, good assembly of the parts, good regulation, good this, good that, all stacked on top of each other, and that's how you get a good piano. Now I bring that up to help explain what makes a piano no longer good. And the answer is actually the same. The answer is everything. The keys are wobbly. They need to be rebushed. The hammers are very worn, needs new hammers. The strings have lost a little bit of their life. The wood in the bridge is cracked, and so you have some noises when you play it that you don't want. On, and it all adds up. In this case, a piano, oftentimes what makes it undesirable to most people is the actual condition of the cabinet. So this piano has veneer that's come off on both of the arm rests here. The cabinet, probably a little bit old-fashioned in the finish, color, and case style. This piano is what's called an institutional piano design, where you have the front leg comes down, and instead of just dangling from the key bed here, or coming down straight from the key bed, you have it attached to this piece here, which is called a toe block, and that is attached to the back of the piano. It gives it a very sturdy front leg. So this piano can be moved without the fear of catching that front leg on the carpet and having it crack, which often does on pianos that are designed to be in homes and are designed not to be moved very often. So as an institutional piano, a lot of people might not want that style piano in their home. It's not as fancy of legs. So everything together, added up, makes this piano something that a musician or someone would want in their home. There is one, in this case, there is another aspect of why this piano is going to be discarded at this time. And it really doesn't have anything to do with the actual instrument. And I'll show you what that is.